Mahomes, Darnold will be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Well, in 10 years,
Mahomes.
Wait,
great.
Pod, hold up, wait a minute, time out. Pod, I figured it out. Sam Darnold got mono from Neil.
Oh, that makes sense.
After listening to all of this,
he may
Sam
well have
Darnold
done.
got mono from Neil.
It makes perfect sense. In 10 years' time, he can be the best quarterback in the league. But on Monday night, he has to face the defense that has held NFL quarterbacks this season to a 42.6 passer rating over a full season since 2000. Only the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers have held opponents to a lower passer rating of 48.4. New England also through 6 weeks has outscored opponents by 142 points. Since the 70 merger, only the 99 Super Bowl champion St. Louis Rams had a higher point differential through 6 weeks. They were plus 154. I am taking the Patriots. James is taking the Patriots. Neil is making out with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, this doesn't have a huge amount. This doesn't have a huge amount to do with Sam Darnold, Jay. I just think that eventually the Patriots are going to fall, and they usually crap the bed against one of the division opponents at some point for no particular reasoning. This could be the week. I just thought maybe the Jets coming off a good win might just give them that little push to cause them the major surprise. I'm not suggesting for a minute that the Jets are a better team than the Patriots. That's obviously would be ridiculous. But I think I don't see a team going 16-0 this year. I don't think, as good as the Patriots are, Jay, in terms of being 6-0 and beating everybody who's put in front of them, I still don't believe this is a vintage Patriots team. But I think you're good enough to easily win the AFC and get to the Super Bowl. But you'll lose a few games down the road.
See, I disagree with you. This is a vintage Patriots team in that it's built around the defense and not Tom Brady in the offense. That said, every time that Brady looks horrible, every time that offense looks horrible and doesn't look like it's doing much of anything, by the end of the game, they've still scored 30-something points. It's ridiculous. There's really nothing that can be said about this team. You know, every time you look at the team and you go, well, they got a problem there. Well, yeah, they might have a problem there, but at the end of the day, they fix it. The running game's not working. Sony Michel is still getting close to 100 yards a game at the end of the day.
The problem is, though, Jay, they haven't really played very much because there's not really very much to play so far in the league. It's not their fault. It's just this doesn't appear to be a vintage NFL team.
Well, they played the Jets before, and they crushed the Jets.
No, I'm saying that
Buffalo is the best team they've played this season.
Yeah, Buffalo's the best team they've played, and Buffalo are okay, you know.
And you take away Buffalo, the teams they played have one win, and that is by the Jets.
Well, they played Pittsburgh too.
Okay, sorry, I forgot Pittsburgh did win 2 in a row. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. So 3 wins combined between the other 4 teams they played.
I get it, but those are all NFL teams.
No,
they're not good NFL teams.
They're not all
and trust me, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're not. I just told you their strength of schedule was horrible.
Yeah,
and Neil said that didn't mean crap. So take that.
But Jay, you don't have to get defensive. I don't think James and I are taking shots at the Patriots. I think it's not a strong league this year, so we don't really quite know yet how good the Patriots are. The Patriots could be great in the history of the game this season, but we just don't know yet because they haven't played anybody, and there's nobody really to play in the AFC. I don't see another contender in the AFC. Do you?
It's supposed to be Kansas City,
Chiefs, and we've talked about the Chiefs and what their problems are.
No chance.
Doing the recap doing the recap on Sunday night with Ron, we go over this, especially over the last 2 weeks. Where do we see the first hiccup? Now, Ron did go out on a limb before we went off, before we closed down on Sunday night to say that the Jets were going to win this game.
Yeah,
sure.
I agree with him. Yeah.
If that's what you believe, congratulations if they pull it out. I'm not going to mock you either way, but we're looking at the Patriots schedule, and we really don't see anything until they hit that stretch of games where I believe it's Cleveland, Baltimore, Philly, Dallas, and Kansas City, those 5 games in a row.
And Houston, which is a 6th
Houston,
game.
Sorry, I knew I was missing a team. Thank you. And Houston's in that stretch as well. So you're talking about playing those 6 teams in a row, whether it's with the bye or without. That's probably the best spot where they'll trip up and lose a game. But up until they hit that stretch, I don't see it happening.
I honestly think Kansas City. Yeah, I've said it before. I think Kansas City's the only team that really is the one that has the best chance to make it happen. But I do think that between this game with the Jets to Kansas City, each of these teams will pose some sort of problem. But again, the Patriots just have a way of figuring out what it is that problem is going to be and addressing it and solving it. Like with this Jets team, Sam Darnold's back. He definitely makes the Jets look better. Their offense is definitely more dynamic. The Patriots played on Thursday night. So they've had not only the Thursday break, but all the way to Monday to figure out what they need to do with the Jets.
Injury report.
The Browns, I mean, if the real Browns show up next week, but they're playing in New England, the Patriots then go to Baltimore. I'm not a believer in Baltimore. Some others are. Then they have a bye week before they go to Philly, which... Oh,
then we're definitely losing that game because they never lose off the bye.
No. Then they've got Dallas, but Dallas is coming to New England. They go to Houston, they own Houston, and then you have Kansas City in New England. So again, it's just every team that's got a chance to do something, there's already a reason why whatever that chance is, it's eliminated.
Too many spots.
I absolutely loved the way you said if the real Cleveland Browns show up. I mean, aren't the real Cleveland Browns showing up? Isn't that the problem?
No, I don't think this is the real Cleveland Browns. I think the Browns can be much better. They clearly have a coaching problem.
Mm-hmm.
Injury report, and then we can go. Then we can go home, or I got to bring my son to football practice.
Starting with the Patriots, Michael Bennett, we all know, has been suspended. Also showing up, Philip Dorsett, Josh Gordon, N'Keal Harry, Rex Burkhead, and Matt LaCosse are all on the injury report. LaCosse is listed as doubtful. The others are questionable. You all placed Jacob Johnson and Isaiah Wynn on injury reserve. Along with N'Keal Harry. Apologize for that. But, Dorsett and Gordon have hamstring and knee injuries, respectively. So that's concerning. For the Jets, Chris Herndon has a hamstring. C.J. Mosley has a groin issue.
that just sounds disgusting.
Kelechi Osemele is out. He'll need shoulder surgery. Also showing up with an injury report for the Jets, Trenton Cannon, running back, Harry Anderson, defensive end, and Quinnen Williams, defensive tackle.
Can I just ask James, after that struggle, how was your groin after that? It sounds like you were groin strain at that point. Tell you, pulling something.
No, there's a famous joke song out there that goes, "How's your whole family?" It reminds me of that right now.
Okay,
anyway,
quick, move on.
Quick. Know.
James, Jay, you didn't worry about your boy going to this football practice. We've been doing this podcast for so long. He went to practice, he got married, he had 3 kids, and now you're a granddad.
Wow,
sounds like your life with Sam Darnold, Neil.
Hey, Sammy Spleen.
NFU podcast is the way to tweet us. Facebook.com/NFU podcast. You can interact with us there, or you can send us an email, nextfanup@gmail.com. That's really the best way, especially if we've invited you to join us on the show. Just email us, nextfanup@gmail.com. You can hear this podcast wherever great podcasts are heard. Share it with a friend. We're not giving away any trade secrets here. In terms of fantasy football, we do have a fantasy football show on Saturdays.
Start your receivers against the Eagles.
Yeah, and start your tight ends against the Cardinals. And
stop playing fantasy football and get a life.
Start.
Don't do that, please. Play fantasy football to your heart's content.
Okay.
Start everyone against the Miami Dolphins, and don't give them Defensive Player of the Week awards if they do well against the Dolphins. With that, here is Andy Dalton. There you have it.
I never even heard his interview, so I don't know the context in which it was said. I don't know what he said before. I don't know what he said after. So I still haven't seen it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care, But I've got no ill will towards Jay. There's no feud between me and Jay. I think we lost the game. He said what he said, and we're moving on. That's in the past now.